Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to jump on here because today I'm celebrating 1 year. So I literally in my pajamas, sorry. I'm celebrating 1 year sobriety from alcohol, and I also am kind of celebrating 1 year without mental health issues. By that I mean I don't believe anyone is really ever cleared of mental health issues. I think everyone at some point will experience, depression, anxiety, and all that. But mine is kind of a year without hospital treatment and chaos and heavy diagnosis and just, living a really hectic life. Of crisis. I used to live my life in crisis all the time. By that I just mean just out of control behavior, and people knew me, like most police stations, most police communities, ambulance members, everyone knew me, and it was just really, really hectic. So it's a year without any of that. I haven't actually been to, say, an emergency department for myself in a year, which is massive, because I used to present pretty much weekly or fortnightly. So that's, a real example of how shit I was going and how much I was struggling. So I just want to quickly share my addiction story on this with you guys. So when I was like 15, 16, I started drinking like most teenagers, I would say. I was definitely a party drinker, and I absolutely loved it. I loved what it did to me. It gave me confidence. It made me feel better in myself, more attractive, and all those things. So I did that till I was about 21. And my party drinking just got bigger. So it was more alcohol and it was more days of the week. It started with, your Friday, Saturday night at a party, or at a friend's place. And then it became, instead of a Friday or Saturday, it was a Friday and Saturday. There was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You get the picture. So, I guess my life became really unmanageable, but I was still able to do things. I was definitely, I would say, I was kind of functioning alcoholic. Like, I could hold a job, I could study, I could see friends, see family, I could go out of the house. So I could still do life, even though I wasn't really living it, I was more surviving it. And it wasn't until the day after my 21st birthday that I kind of made this commitment to myself, I would say subconsciously, that I was going to start drinking every day, full time. So that's what I did. I did that for like 4 years, and that, led me to living in, youth residential units, being in really toxic relationships, being around police and nurses and hospitals, and that was just normal for me, and that is just something I would not wish on anybody these days. And it just, everything got impacted. Myself, my family, my friends, the relationships that I was in, people who knew me. Like, it was just really, really traumatic and hectic for about 4 years. And I just drank all the time. And by drinking all the time, I mean not your social drink here and there. It was, a couple bottles of wine a day, or a 4-litre cask over 2 days. And just a lot of drinking, which impacted me very, very negatively. So I got to a point, last year where I lost everything. I did some really shit things. I lost a lot of friends. I almost lost my relationship. I quit my job. I quit doing what I like to do. I just couldn't do anything. And like, the only people I would really communicate with is my partner and mental health services. I just couldn't live a normal life with what I was doing. And as I said, with the mental health, it definitely was hand in hand with my drinking. It was, self-harming. It was starving myself. It was, hurting myself, hurting others, suicide attempts, wrecking people's property, like, just out of control. And there were a couple really horrendous times during my period of drinking which you'd think I would wake up to, but I didn't. An example of that is like being tasered. That was pretty massive for me, and just, you know, I'm surprised I wasn't arrested at all. I was definitely taken into police custody a lot just due to welfare, but yeah, it was really, really traumatic. And last January, I just didn't know who I was anymore, and I made a commitment to go to rehab. Now, I was actually only in rehab for 2 weeks, where I had been in a previous rehab for nearly 4 months. And in that long-term rehab, I actually picked up straight away pretty much after I finished. I just wasn't ready to be sober or live a different lifestyle. And so I went to a rehab this time last year, and I was only there for 2 weeks. But I made the commitment to myself of when I left really abruptly that I would not pick up a drink again, and I did not pick up a drink again. And I've just seen my life change dramatically. A lot of people would know how hectic it was, and I was pretty much on suicide watch for 10 years. Like, a lot of people said to me, they can say to me now they don't know how I'm still here, or there were so many close times, and it was very scary for a lot of people and myself for years. So my cat's just being spastic right now, but that's okay. So yeah, that's a really, really brief story of what happened to me, and I went through a lot of trauma and a lot of horrendous times, and I'm still dealing with them, but without a drink. It is so much easier and more manageable. So that's my story. I was definitely a full-time drinker. I was out of control. Definitely abusive to myself, definitely abusive to others, and just being sober and being mentally strong and fit and healthy, I really come back to who I was, and I'm not who I was. I'm not me when I drink, and that's a big reason why I won't pick up a drink. I hope to not pick up a drink again, because I know how easily my life can get out of control. So that's my brief story. I'm celebrating 1 year today. I've actually got a lot of family stuff going on at the moment and some worries, but we're getting there. And as I said, if I don't pick up that drink, I know I can be there to support others, which is what I need to do right now. So I hope you're having a lovely day. In the future, I will share in more detail what happened to me or what I've been through, but for now, I'll leave it at that. If you like what I'm sharing, please subscribe. I love having your support and reading your messages and so forth.